Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Married at First Sight, season 19, episodes 11 and 12. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Day 40 of marriage. 16 days until decision day. So listen, y'all, I didn't do episode 10, but basically it was just Megan and Derek pranking the other people, Josh and Jalen fighting about the community he's building because she can build a community as well. If I heard community one more dang gone time, I was going to scream. So then I needed to pull from Rhonda and Pat's safe word, which is pineapples, because if I heard community one more time, I was going to lose my damn mind. Speaking of Rhonda and Pat, she decided to go to a family reunion instead of the retreat. We ain't never seen that before, but I was happy to get a break from her, but sorry for Pat. Then Will proved yet again why he's getting on my central nervous system. He's making Brittany cry because she's coming to the realization that he may not like her. Has it been proven? No. But I mean, for me, the proof is in the nonchalant no affirmation pudding. Okay, but maybe that's just me. Now let's move on. Episode 11. When the episode first opens up, everyone is trying to tell Will, like, sir, what is going on? We're trying to help you to make Brittany feel like you care about her. After that silly comment that you made about the connection growing, but the connection could be stronger or whatever y'all were talking about. Okay, he suffers from foot and mouth disease. Not to be confused with hand, foot, and mouth. Okay, the kids used to get from the daycare. Not to be confused with that. She runs to the restroom. She's visibly distraught. Megan goes behind her. I thought that was very sweet because, you know what, Megan? You still get on my nerves, but that was very nice of you. Okay? So Megan is telling Brittany that what they're giving off is they're just not in a good spot. Brittany said, well, we aren't emotionally connected to each other. And that is not good enough for me. She says she needs to decide if it's good enough, and she knows that it's not. So Megan said, well, it's definitely not good enough for you. I'm telling you that right now. Mind you, he didn't even get up to check on her. He's still sitting at the table, child. Sir, read the cues. If you see your woman get up and she's visibly distraught, you go and check on her. So then Megan goes back to the table to tell Will that he needs to go and check on Brittany. So he goes in there and she's like, this is stupid. I'm done. Yeah, it is stupid for y'all to keep arguing about the same things over and over again. Does he like me? I don't know if he likes me. Y'all are getting on my nerves. Okay, y'all are getting on my nerves. Then he tells her that he's sorry. You know, you're so beautiful and I want to be here with you. I do. I want to be with you. I do. Let me tell you something. I would feel so embarrassed and depleted after crying and trying to get my person to say that they like me. It took all that to even get a little something. I mean, just a little something. So they come out and the group wants to play a game called Drink or Dare. Now, I'm just saying this, and this is just me. I could not play this game with my mama watching. I was like, baby, not the drink and dare of it all with the mama watching. So they start playing the game. They're asking questions about sex and, you know, what would you do if you could switch bodies for 24 hours? Will said, you know, he would get to look at himself naked. Megan said she would want to see if morning wood was a real thing. Belinda said she would pee standing up. Well, Belinda, if you would pee standing up, honey, I hope you find the real toilet tissue this time. Because I thought that was a little nasty that you used that prank toilet tissue. And then you say you put your foot on it and then you used it. Girl, that is nasty. Brittany and Will. So the night is over. The games are played. They're in bed. They're talking about the day. I wish I wouldn't do that. Let me tell you something. Serious conversations should not take place before work, before bed, or before eating. Honey, just catch me in the middle of the day when I'm watching TV. Honey, The Real Housewives of something. Come and have... Wait a minute. Don't interrupt The Real Housewives. Never mind. I was going to say talk to me then. But don't interrupt The Real Housewives, honey. You don't want to piss me off. But find a common time to talk. Not before bed, but this is what they like to do. She says she was happy that the group stepped in and spoke up for her, and it made her see that she's not this crazy person because everybody can see it but Will. But she says she did appreciate him coming to check on her. She was like, I really, really appreciate it. Well, girl, wait till you see this episode and realize Megan is the one that convinced him to come and check on you. Because truth be told, I don't think he was going to do it on his own. I just don't. Y'all remember when she went down there and got her chicken strips and french fries with honey mustard honey and she was eating it up? He said, I'm not chasing her. She wanted to go. She's gone. Oh, my gosh, y'all. Moving forward. So then Will gets in the confessional and he tells us that he had the same issue in high school with a girlfriend. You know, she wanted him to like her pictures and send the heart eyes and the text messages and whatnot. And he didn't do that. He said he just didn't do it. It's just not him. And he feels like Brittany just needs the comfort. I am so happy that he said that because week after week, I've been fighting for my life in these comments because hearing that matters. Okay. And everyone is making it seem like I was wrong for wanting him to give Brittany a little bit more. They're married. They are married. Listen, I understand you want to say, oh, well, they're married, but they're strangers, baby. You need to pick a struggle. It's one or the other. Nobody told you to go get married at first sight. So now that we're married, this is a different level of something. So I'm going to need you to very much give me something because I'm already putting myself out here because it's like speed dating on crack. Okay? I need you to give me something. They're married. He realizes that he needs to get better at expressing himself. So for me to say he needs to express himself to Brittany is not wrong. He's saying it himself. Okay, so shout out to Will. Moving forward. Nobody wants to feel like they're in a relationship alone. Maybe y'all do, but I know I don't. Belinda and Chad. So they're talking about the game, and Chad wanted to know how she felt about hearing some of Jalen's answers in the game. And she said, I'm fine, child. These kids grown. Now, me personally, again, I couldn't do it, mother or daughter. I don't want to hear my son's nothing when he grow up. And I don't want him hearing my nothing when he grow up. So there's that. So then Belinda said, you know, if today was decision day, then I would definitely say yes. So she looks to him and she says, where are we? He said, I mean, we're on track. She said, I can't tell because you never express anything. She said, but you can tell me if there's some concern because you never seem to have any concerns about, you know, how we do things. But she said that she was concerned about the way that they wind down. So he basically told her because, you know, they're in an apartment. He hates the apartment. He hates the shared apartment. He wants to be at home in his comfort zone. And he also is not used to all that noise that carries on in apartments, honey, from wall to wall, and the dog sleeping in the bed. Belinda, I'm going to give Chad the 1-2 up and through this review. But I have to say this to you, baby. If you want a man to snuggle up next to you, Lovey going to have to get her behind on the floor. Okay? Lovey can't sleep in the bed. The man told you 45 million times that it's all about the dog being in the bed, and you keep acting like you don't hear it. He doesn't want the dog in the bed, Belinda. Okay, girl, like you need to find you a man that's gonna want to cuddle up with a dog. Moving forward. So he thinks that they need to train the dog to sleep in his own space. So she's like, well, you go into the other room and, you know, it just doesn't feel like you ever want to lay down with me because Lovey is in your lap. Okay? She's in your lap. If you want him to lay down with you, and baby, let me tell you something. It's a lot going on with Chad. He need all the room he can get. So Lovey laying right on top of him is too much. It's too much. It's too damn much. You're going to have to move Lovey to the side, and that's just that on that. He said he's waiting for the cameras to go down. And Chad, I done already told y'all that I feel like he's acting for the cameras. Will the real Chad please stand up? Please stand up. 15 days until decision day. Jalen and Josh. So the retreat is over and she wants them to get their friends together, I guess for the community. Okay, I might as well throw that out there because they're going to say it anyway. Brittany and Will. So they're back at the shared apartment and the retreat is over and they're talking about what they do when they get overwhelmed. She said when she gets overwhelmed, she gets frustrated. Yes, you do, Brittany. Yes, you do. Then she throws me for a loop because I was completely confused by this. She starts saying that Will is so attentive. She said, you know, I've dated guys in the past that didn't tell me how they felt, but that's not Will. He's very genuine and he's very attentive. Brittany, you're throwing me once again. Baby, you are confusing the hell out of me. Now, I know this season, left a lot on the cutting room floor, because baby, when I tell you we are putting the pedal to the metal, I have never been accelerated through an episode or a season of a show this fast in my life. I don't even think Love is Blind goes this fast. Listen, I know they left a lot on the cutting room floor, but how did we go from he's giving nothing, okay, I'm not his person, I'm gonna cry the entire time I'm at the retreat, to Will is the best relationship I've ever had, and he's so attentive, more than any other man that I've ever dated in the past. What is happening? Now, I said this over on my Patreon when we had our watch along. I feel like we're getting the outcome, but we're not getting how we got here. So although I know y'all listened to us and we told y'all we didn't want 75,000 weeks of Married at First Sight, we also don't want you to cut out the meat and potatoes. Baby, I'm just sitting here eating a Caesar salad. Okay, we ain't did nothing. All I got is an appetizer. Okay, and decision day is the dessert. Baby, where is the main entree? Because I have no idea. Unless Brittany is cuckoo cuckoo, how did she get to Will is the most attentive man and the most genuine man that has ever made her cry for an entire retreat? How did we get here? Okay, because I'm super confused. Now, I guess I will remain in confusion like they are, because if she like it, I love it. I'm not going to let y'all run me crazy. I'm just not. If you like it, I love it. So she's telling him that he has depth and, you know, it's her life's mission to bring it out of him. And I'm like, slow down, low down. You give the man too much. You overwhelm him. I feel like it's just, oh, you're so fine. You're so great. You're so smart. You're so this. You're so that. And then when you don't get anything in return, you spaz out because you are giving him your love language. That may not be his love language. His love language may be gift giving. So maybe you need to buy him a shirt, honey, because he need to throw that lace pink one away. Okay. Please throw it in the trash. But just throw it in the trash. He need to throw it in the trash. He need to throw it in the damn trash. But maybe that's his love language, and clearly yours is words of affirmation, and he doesn't give that to you. So the two of you are a bit confused as to how you need to navigate this space as a couple, and y'all are getting on my nerves. Moving forward, Rhonda and Pat. Oh, Lord. So her and Pat and her grandkids are having a picnic behind her house. Her mom's husband is in the hospital, and she's really worried about him. So then she tells the kids, you guys are going to go dip your toe in the water? See, this is why I'm what they call a helicopter mom. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me, but y'all can't say I'm no bad mama. And y'all cannot say that my kid is not alive. There is no reason that those children should be anywhere near that pool without adult supervision. I don't care if one of them is a teenager or not. And I don't even think one of them was. They should not be around water without adult supervision, not dipping their toe in, not putting their fingers in it, not throwing things in it, not skipping rocks. They should not be doing anything near that pool. Meanwhile, they are, while Rhonda sits and scolds Pat on his picnic blanket about another mistake that he made in her eyes. My gosh, Rhonda. Oh my gosh, girl. I am seeing why the last time was 1999. So she brings up him buying tickets to an event with her mom, and he didn't consult her. He didn't say, hey, my mom's got this going on. Would you like to go with us? Like, you didn't say anything. She's like, I wanted you to give me, a heads up. I wanted you to speak your speech. Girl, hush. There's always an issue with you. Did you consult him when you plan to skip the retreat and go to your damn overstimulating family reunion? Because I know y'all was getting on his nerves. I bet you didn't. You just told him that we're going to the family reunion. Like, he didn't even have a choice. He missed out, and both of you did, actually, because being in the midst of the other couples, maybe you could have learned something. But instead, you think you know it all, Rhonda. So that's that on that. Moving forward. So he then apologizes because that's what he does. Same song and dance. Patrick, please dump Rhonda and leave her to her own nagging voice. I'm sorry, sometimes people are just better left alone. Rhonda is set in her ways. She likes her things ever so. She don't want you laying head to foot in her house. She doesn't want anything to do with a traditional relationship, let alone a marriage. Rhonda, get you a little friend. Y'all meet down to the bingo. Y'all may hang out at one of them Woodstock type concerts you like to go to. Be free as a bird, talk in the wind, and then go home. Okay? Because nobody is going to be good enough for you. Moving forward. So then she gets mad and she tells him, I was also upset about how you walked away when we were talking about the calendar. I would have listened to what you had to say, but you just walked away and it was like, why the fuck am I even talking? Ma'am, I would have walked away too and kept walking, even into oncoming traffic, if it meant getting away from you. Do you realize how insufferable you are? Like, what are you talking about? Patrick said, well, I was trying to navigate things, but I feel like you're only focusing on what I'm doing wrong. I feel like you're not listening to me. Patrick, don't even waste your breath. Okay? It just really doesn't matter. She don't give a damn about you, Patrick. It's all about Rhonda, Belinda, and Chad. So she's FaceTiming Jalen, and she's telling her how Chad told her that they weren't filming. So she went to get her hair done. I said, oh, girl, did you? I don't know. It didn't seem like it, but here we are. She said she went to get her hair done. Turns out that they were filming. So then Chad sends all these texts to the producers telling them, listen, you guys need to get the schedule together. Belinda made appointments. And she told him, listen, do not add me to those text messages. So he got mad at her and was like, why not? Why wouldn't I add you to the text messages? She told him, I'm fine with it. Okay. And then it went up from there, honey. They were arguing back and forth and back. She's mad because he included her, and he's mad because why not include you? And this is the thing. Belinda doesn't like to upset people because she steers away from confrontation. So the fact that Patrick is now inserting her in some mess is getting on her central nervous system. Because, baby, I could have put my hair back in a ponytail. Okay. It didn't look no different. No way. So don't put me in that message. And that's all she was saying. So Jalen is telling her she needs to tell him if he has an issue, do not include you because it doesn't bother you. So he needs to only speak for himself. Now, he is married to her. So I understand him saying my wife had things to do. I have things to do. That's a natural response. As far as I'm concerned, I could be wrong, but I wouldn't mind my husband saying, Misha had appointments and now we got to go in here and this is scheduled. I wouldn't mind that. But Belinda, on the other hand, is like, don't put me in that. Okay. I had them people looking at me sideways. I'm good. Chad, honey, I fear that you are the a-hole that everybody says that you are. And I can imagine what you texted them people. I can just imagine. So then Belinda said that she didn't like seeing him that way and it's a whole other side of him. Girl, no, it is not. He showed you who he was when y'all were at that dinner on the honeymoon. Did you forget? Because I don't think I forgot. Moving forward. Everything he's saying is for the cameras, Belinda. He seems like the type to get you alone and really go off. That's just my opinion. Now, I need to talk to the former wives because clearly something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Megan and Derek. So they're out to lunch and they're discussing her hiding her pregnancy. And she was like, I was drinking the fake wine and I don't think anybody noticed. Girl, anybody thinking about y'all potentially being pregnant? That is the furthest thing from anyone's mind. Will and Brittany are falling the hell apart. Rhonda and Pat are one because it's all about Rhonda. Belinda and Chad, she getting her hair done, don't even look done. And nobody cares about you pretending to be pregnant. We just don't. He said, well, I feel like we should wait. And, by that time, you're going to be showing. She's like, I feel like I already am. You are not. You are not. It's okay, Megan. Girl, when I first got pregnant, honey, I was trying to poke that stomach out within an inch of its life. Do you hear me? Baby, I wanted people to open the door for me so bad. I'm like, excuse me, with child. Honey, couldn't see a damn thing. Stomach still on washboard. Ma'am, they can't see anything. Just go to the baby center app and see what size your baby is at this moment because it's not giving showing. Okay. It's definitely not giving showing. So then she said that she wants to have twin boys and a girl so she can just knock it out, honey. 1 pregnancy, 2 kids. I know that's right. That's what I wanted. But it didn't work out like that. But every time I hear about this, I'm just in awe of how irresponsible it is. And it's really crazy. Like I'm listening to these two and I'm just like, y'all's entire personality is now this pregnancy. What is going on here? Brittany and Will. So it's Will's birthday. Brittany set up a nice surprise brunch for him, flew his mom in, and, she's really trying to do her little one too. So she's asking how they feel. The mom is asking both Will and Brittany how they feel about marriage. Brittany said, it's not easy. That's for sure. She said, I understand that. That's a good answer. So that his mom is telling them that she feels like they're doing well together. They were smiling in the car. Oh, girl, they do that. They're going to smile and kiss and He gonna grab her neck, and then 2 seconds later, they're gonna be fussing. But that's just them. She wanted to know if her family was okay with it. And Brittany was just basically saying, girl, my mom is over the moon. They have never seen me with a man. Baby, they so happy, I'm so happy, and we're unhappy. And here we are. Baby, everybody happy but Will. Child, this is a fool. Let me tell you something. I really like Will's mom. I really do. She's telling her that Will is private and you can't really tell what he's thinking. So I think he behaves the way that he is with Brittany, with everyone. Because even his mom said, that's just who he is. He's not going to give you much. He's not going to say much. But I don't care because I still got my good eye on him. Moving forward. Like I said, I really like Will's mom. She's a very sweet person. She really is. The advice that she gave to them was also very good. His mom made him a little more human to me. Because at first it was giving robot. But now that I've seen the mom and the mom's got to talking and whatnot, and she's so cute and so sweet, I'm like, all right, you came from good stock. So I'll keep watching. Belinda and Chad. So they're out having sushi. They started talking about the little rift that they had earlier. He's like, yeah, I had meetings all day long. I met with a friend. He said I really needed to talk to a friend. Okay, because I'm done with this damn show. All of a sudden, he just snapped. I said, oh, baby, he good and crazy. Sir, this dang on show is why someone was tricked into marrying you. So please relax. What did you think you were signing up for? That's why y'all need to read what you're signing, honey. Like, you signed up for this. Now, in my personal opinion, he is a jerk. And his personality is not going to go well with Belinda's in the long run. It's just not. Now, I mean, other people may think, oh, they just said in their way. She's 47 years old. Okay, he's set in his ways. That's crazy. So then he tells her, I'm just done with it. She said, what? This is how we met. What do you feel has gone wrong? Like, what's the problem? He said, look, I'm a 52-year-old combat veteran, and I'm tired of being spoken to like a child. Baby, when I tell you that would have put the fear of bejesus in me, the way that I would have gotten up and ran past them robots in that restaurant, absolutely not. Why did you sign up for this show, sir? Why? Huh? You were bored. Oh, okay. Nobody else would have you? Okay. They start showing all of these times that he's been rude and crass and spoken to the production like they don't matter. And I feel like something is genuinely wrong with Chad. And I peeped his instability a while ago. He has been acting this entire time. This attitude is why he has been married and divorced 3 times. Okay, he starts out love bombing you, allegedly. Then he just switched the flip. He just flips the switch or whatever it's called, child. There's so much going on. Not he switched the flip. He flips the switch. Okay, something's not right. Also, this is why I don't do military men. Because what does being a combat veteran have to do with anything? What does that have to do with you being nice? The way that people treat others is also a part of choosing a partner. If they're mean to people that they just think is beneath them or they just don't like them, that's a sign to run. Okay, that's not the type of man that you need at all. He said, I'm just not doing it anymore. She said, so what does that mean? He said, if they stick to the schedule of what they sent me today, cool. But outside of that, it's a no. If they change it, we're done. She said, you mean you're done? Not we're done, honey. Belinda said, somebody might see me on here, honey, and follow my DMs. You're done. Baby, Belinda said, please don't stop my shine. I know that's right, Belinda. She said, I don't have an issue. You need to speak on your own behalf, not mine. Well, Belinda, you're married. So quite frankly, if he done, then you done. I mean, they have filmed without the other person, but it's a little weird. He said, okay, I'm going to take you out of it, but I'm tired. Then he says, I feel like they're also driving wedges between Jalen and Josh. Burning Man is driving a wedge between Jalen and Josh. The community is driving a wedge between Jalen and Josh. Them shorts that gave Josh a wedgie is driving a wedge between Jalen and Josh. Not this show. Okay. And I feel like that was so manipulative because he knows that her daughter is her soft spot. He knows how much she cares about Jalen. And he's been watching and studying that since they've been on that boat and Jalen jumped over. He was like, are you okay with that? What about the game? Are you okay with her answering the questions? And so he knows that if she feels like anybody is doing something to her daughter, that's going to be the end of it for her. And he wants her to walk with him. You're not fooling me. Okay, because I have dealt with men like you that will lie and manipulate to get their way. So then she tells him, don't speak for them. They're fine. Well, baby, what'd she say that for? He said, well, they're trying to be fine, but I texted with Josh and I saw something a little different. Belinda said, okay, I'm going to talk to them and see how they feel about it. Oh, okay. And see, this is what happens when y'all cast any old body. This right here. Lies, manipulation, and backbiting. Jalen and Josh. Speaking of the two with the wedgies, they're hanging out with their friends. And Josh, this is neither here nor there. This is just a side note. Please stop doing those duck lips when you walk. Honey, let me see you walk. Josh, please just walk normal. Okay, please don't piss me off. Just walk normal, honey. So they're partying, they're painting, they sit down, they start talking, and his friend is like, so what do you guys like to do together? Crickets. They have nothing in common. Baby, they don't have nothing in common. So we like music, different music. Well, then you don't have it in common. Hell, we all like music. That don't mean we got it in common. What is going on? So then Jalen said, I like cycling and the lake, and he likes festivals. So now we have to find new hobbies. The thing is, you don't have to let your individual hobbies go. It's okay to have separate interests. You have separate friend groups. When I was in my soon-to-be ex-marriage, and I wanted to go out with my friends and participate in things that my soon-to-be ex-husband didn't like, that was cool. When he wanted to go out and do things with his friends that I didn't want to participate in, that was cool. You can still be individuals in your marriage. I don't understand, honey. Moving forward. Megan and Derek. So they're babysitting Megan's friends' kids for a few hours. And baby, that's not even going to give you a taste of the real thing. Do you hear me? You need a crying baby that's going to wake up every 5 seconds. You need to be so sleep deprived that you actually accidentally put yourself in the refrigerator. You need to be so dang on tired that you cannot speak in full coherent sentences. You need for them to have a blowout. You need to forget the bottle at home. You need to be able to turn the car around all while they're screaming. Okay. And you haven't combed your hair or showered in 3 weeks. When you do that, then talk to me. Because you throwing this ball around this yard, honey, that is not giving you a taste of being a parent. I'm just saying, honey, I ain't slept in 10 years. It's easy to play and send them on back home. Try doing that 24/7. I never understood when people do that. Oh, I'm just going to babysit. I'm going to get a feel of how it's going to be. No, you get to give them back. In real life, you don't. You never get to shut your brain off. You're planning every meal for the rest of your life for you and a whole house full of people. So, yeah, we're no longer going to get into their relationship, just the pregnancy. We have not heard anything else about their relationship since she found out she was pregnant. So now it's all about the pregnancy. Brittany and Will. So we see the two of them in one of those cameras where it's like a drone view, an aerial view, and they're saying, I love you. Okay, at this moment, I'm feeling like there may be hope after all. It was touch and go there for a minute. Again, I'm not sure how we got here, but we're here. And I ain't got time to be worried about it, honey, because I got my own problems. Megan and Derek. So the friends have returned to retrieve their children, and the kids don't want to leave because you know what? When kids get a chance to play, see, it's kind of unfair because the parent has so much to do and they work and they do this and they do that. And so they may not have all the time in the world to play. So when the kids go somewhere else and all they're doing is playing because they're going to be able to give you back. It's like, can we stay? Oh my gosh, I love it here. Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time because I will pack you up. Pack you up and leave you right here. So after they get ready to leave because the kids didn't want to go, Derek tells Megan, you're a natural with the kids. And I want to know if anything scares you about having 3 kids. She said, well, I mean, they're constantly going and boys are sticky. Derek, sir, you're trying to push 3 kids on her, honey. Let's get this one out the way first. Okay, like what is with you? I'm really starting to get annoyed. Okay, don't make me act like a Megan. Child, she done took over the Karens. Don't make me act like a Megan. Because there's no reason why you should be pushing her to have 3 kids. Just wait for the first one. 8 days until decision day. Rhonda and Pat. So he's meeting with his friend Adrian. Now, Adrian, you ain't no friend of mine, honey. You could never be a friend to me. But that's just me. So he gets there first because Rhonda's joining later. He's telling Adrian that things have been difficult, and he's telling his friend, Rhonda basically has an issue with everything that he says and does. He feels like he's walking on eggshells. He feels like a failure, and his anxiety is through the roof. Now, mind you, he's telling him all of this okay, before Rhonda gets there. So then Adrian tells him, well, I know you want to feel safe and secure and you need that. So then Rhonda comes and breaks up the party. I was like, oh, Lord, not Rhonda being in attendance. I mean, I guess she is a part of the marriage. So she sat right down and she went into this woe is me. It's all about me. Some things are happening to me. So then she talked about her mom's husband being sedated, which I really do hate to hear. I really do. So then Patrick, honey, he knew to have follow-up questions ready, because if he didn't, there would be hell to pay. He says, so how are you feeling emotionally about that? Now, Patrick, I'm going to say this to you, honey, with love. My thing is, I don't think that your response is 100% sincere. I'm sorry. I think that he cares, but he has to agree. Okay, because he's afraid of Rhonda lashing out, and he has to say something about her first before he says anything else. Because if he doesn't follow up with a question specifically about Rhonda and what she's speaking on, it's going to be a problem. And that's not fair. So now I don't think he's authentically being himself. She says she's processing it and, being there with him last night, it really helped her because she got to stay at the hospital. So then she starts talking about how when she's not feeling heard from Pat, she tries to get heard. And Pat feels like she's being so matter of fact that it comes across angry, so he shuts down. So then she tries to keep it in and she tries to not do that so much, but then she explodes on the inside. And I'm like, when have you held anything in? I ain't seen you hold nothing in for 15 weeks. She said all she wants is for him to say, listen, not now. Maybe we'll talk about it later. So then his friend gonna pipe up and say, yeah, I 100% agree. He could do that. So then she brings up them talking about the song and how instead of him talking about whatever it is she said, he started talking about how the song resonated with him. And his friend pipes up again and says, yeah, that's a stupid behavior and you need to fix that. Who you think you're talking to? With friends like that, who needs enemies? Y'all gotta stop pacifying Rhonda and give her the real deal Holyfield. Rhonda is not perfect by far. Something is actually wrong with Rhonda. Okay, she's very self-absorbed. His behavior was not stupid. That's a very strong word. He was just trying to get a word in edgewise. Rhonda never lets him speak. He said, yeah, I need to fix that. She said, yeah. So then he says, I haven't fixed it yet. So she gets up and she walks away. She goes into the restroom and she's whining. At first I thought she was crying, but I didn't see a tear the first. So then Adrian is sitting at the table and he goes, did I say something wrong? Everything you said was wrong. Are you here for your friend or for Rhonda? So then Rhonda is talking to the producer saying, Adrian got it like that. And Patrick hasn't gotten it in 15 months. Rhonda, Adrian, he sat with you for 5 minutes. He has no idea how you make everything a teachable moment or how you create scenarios to test Patrick or how you purposely insert yourself when he's speaking just to simply see if he's going to circle back around to you or himself. And he's simply trying to be relatable. Some people are just not conversationalists. And instead of you realizing it's not all about you, you decide to make this a Patrick is wrong type of thing. Give me a break. Okay, please give me a break. So she comes back and Adrian is like, do you want to share or do you want to sit with it or do you want to just go past it? I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why don't you take Rhonda since you like her so much? So then she brings up how every interaction that they've ever had, she's blaming him for it and saying that she doesn't think that he cares about her. Patrick then says, listen, I'm being held to a standard that I just cannot achieve. In my past relationships, I put everybody before me and I was always last. And I fear that I'm not able to be myself. So then his friend said, well, you got to be yourself. Why? So you can say you're making stupid mistakes? Like, what are you talking about? So then Rhonda is sitting there talking about, you got to be free to be who you are. Girl, you're not going to allow him to be who he is. Be so serious. If he was free to be who he was, then that would have started at the honeymoon. But instead, you scolded him day one and he has not been able to recover since. So you and Adrian can go. Okay, y'all, today is your decision day. You choose Adrian. Goodbye and good night. Jalen and Josh. So baby Belinda went over to talk about her dinner with Chad, honey. New hair and all, okay? So she goes over and she brought up the producers putting a wedge in Jalen and Josh's relationship, and how Chad told her that he had texted with Josh. And she said, what? She said, I told him I can guarantee that that's not how they feel. So Jalen said, yeah, I know. Okay, I saw the text messages with my own eyes. And the only thing Chad said was, do you want to go to archery? That's it. So basically he lied. Okay, he wanted to get Belinda on board and he used Jalen to do it. Like I said, that is a very dangerous person. Now she doesn't trust him because he lied to her. And she feels like she loves who he's shown her he is, but this other side of him is a major turnoff. And girl, that Santa Claus bill would have been a major turnoff for me, but that's just me. I'm sorry, honey. It's giving ho, ho, ho. I couldn't do it, honey. Chad is one of those people that will lie and manipulate a situation to get their desired outcome. Girl, I'm telling you, my soon-to-be ex-husband used to do things like that. Whenever he wanted me to stay away from somebody or something, he would create an entire lie about that person. It wasn't until I was outside of the marriage that I was able to talk to these people and see that those things were never true, but he just wanted me to stay away from them. Like, girl, he's trying to isolate you already. Y'all can think this is cute if you want to, but it's not. Child, please. Belinda, let me tell you something. I am so happy that you are seeing the real Chad, because this is what it is. And that was the end of the episode. Child, let's just move right on into episode 12. Megan and Derek. So they're hosting her parents to tell them about the baby. They get there, they sit down to eat, and Megan starts talking about how they were getting a puppy. So her mom is like, y'all are getting an animal? Oh my God, an animal? Oh, really? Okay. Well, you didn't surprise me with the baby, so okay. So then she goes and she gets this box, and it has pregnancy tests in them. But the mom had already ruined it. She's one of those mamas that's going to ruin the gender reveal. Honey, please do not invite the mama to the gender reveal. She looks at this box and she says, I already know what this is. There's going to be pregnancy tests in there, right? So the parents are thinking that it was a prank. When they finally realized that it was real, the response gave nothing. Okay? She was acting like she was going to be over the moon. Baby, they were just sitting there looking. But they did try to tell them what the reality of having a baby is going to be. But as far as jumping up and down like, oh my gosh, my baby girl. No, still giving very much mommy dearest. Day 50 of marriage, Rhonda and Pat. So they're having a meal because that's what they like to do. And it's time for Rhonda to nag Pat because that's what she likes to do. Rhonda wants to know why Pat can't be himself around her. Ma'am, is that even a question? Because you're on him like white on rice. Any other questions? So then he said, you know, it's not unique to you. It stems from my childhood and I want it to be perfect. He said he put a lot of pressure on himself and he tells her he feels a lot of pain in this experience. It's not fun for him. It's not good. And he's not being himself. So she's like, well, that's life, Pat. You know, pain. Baby, nobody should be experiencing pain with you at this stage. If I'm in pain, then I got to go. She goes right back to her. She's like, I want to know if you can work to be your authentic self at all times. Let me tell you something. You would have known he wasn't 15 weeks ago had you ever let him speak. I said good day. Belinda and Chad. So baby, she tells us after the restaurant, they didn't bring it up. And he slept at his house the night after that. So this is going to be the first time that she's seeing him. So Dr. Pia calls to talk to him because Chad is now in the shared apartment. And Belinda is telling her how Chad didn't like the schedule. So then he tells Dr. Pia, yeah, you know, I'm just not comfortable in this process. And, you know, some people are just not comfortable in front of the camera. Maybe it was a lot more. He bit off more than he can chew. I'm going to give him that. I'm going to give him that grace. But then Dr. Pia said, well, you know, I do empathize with you, but I wanted to let you know that there's a lot of moving parts. And it's not personal to your schedule. It's just the way things are. So then Belinda made sure she told everything, honey. She said, yeah, and also, he said y'all driving a wedge between Jalen and Josh. Baby, that damn Belinda said, I'm telling everything. She said, but I found out that he lied because I asked Jalen myself. He said, I don't believe that I lied. Okay, I believe that I was being honest. Do you believe you were being honest or were you being honest? Talk about, I'm sorry if you feel like I lied to you. No, it's not an if. You did lie to her. What are you talking about? If I lied to you, you lied. So now they start the gaslighting. Dr. Pia is the gaslighting queen. She goes on to say, I think it's just a difference of perspective. He wasn't trying to lie to you. Girl, please stop. Please stop it. There's the truth, then there's a lie. It would be different if he said, I feel like they're driving a wedge between them, and Belinda doesn't feel like they're driving a wedge between them. He emphatically said Josh told him that he did not feel like they were getting what they needed to get because they were driving a wedge between them. He said they sent a text message to each other. He's a liar. This is why I'm not a Dr. Pia fan. She's very male identified, very male centered. She will find a way to make you feel crazy for the way that you're responding. And it's very annoying to me. I'm sorry. I don't know how y'all do it, honey. I need Dr. Viviana and her pretty dresses to come back because she gonna keep it real. But this right here, I don't know what this is. Talking about, I'm just going to play devil's advocate. Ma'am, he doesn't need an advocate. As a matter of fact, please let him stay where he is. So then she says, Chad is saying from my memory. Girl, gone. He's saying from his memory. Belinda, girl, please do not buy it. And she didn't. She said, yeah, it is very, very much a difference of perspective because he's already saying things that aren't true. So I'm thinking he's telling me that things are going to be better when the cameras go down. Will they? Will it be better when we get home? She said, at first, I was thinking it was a yes for me, but now it's not. The thing is, Chad tried to manipulate her and he didn't think that she was going to fact check it. That's the bottom line. Now she's saying that she's frustrated and she doesn't want to be lied to. Then Dr. Pia is like, can y'all just agree to be honest with each other? Girl, people can agree to do anything. That doesn't mean they're going to do it. What are you talking about? Dr. Pia wants her to believe him. She's like, I just want you to believe him. Belinda then reveals that she's putting herself last in this relationship. And she's telling Dr. Pia about how Chad drinks and he does this to wind down. And she's on her phone alone in the bed. So they're trying to speak to each other. And Dr. Pia interrupts and she says that the conversation that they're having isn't productive, but she wants them to promise to work on it. Work on what? If they're not talking about it, how can they work on it? Dr. Pia, where's the other doctor whose name begins with a P? Where's Peppers? Baby, when I tell you she collected her check and passed go and collected her $200 and never showed her face again, ma'am, where are you? Because you are not giving sound advice. I'm sorry. You're not listening. You're just hushing them so you can hurry up and get off the phone. And you don't want Belinda to say no. So you're like, just promise that you guys are going to work it. Ma'am, no. 5 days until decision day. Brittany and Will. So they're out on the water and Will is telling his dad jokes. You know, that's what he likes to do. And it seems that they're in a better place. They start talking about where things shifted in their marriage. And she wants to know if he thinks the emotional connection has grown. He's like, wait a minute, that's a trick question. Because last time I answered this, I got it wrong. Not again. Now he cleaned it up this time. But she wanted to know when he says, I love you, how does that correlate to the connection? Because he's still saying he wants the connection to grow. He said, I mean, it means that I want you to be happy and that I'm committed. It's an action and a feeling. She's like, oh, okay. So it's more of a feeling for me and more of an action for you. Well, girl, love is a verb. I don't know if nobody told you. Okay, yes, you do feel the butterflies and everything, but love is an action word. It is. You have to show it. So neither one of you are wrong. But side note, I was watching this scene, baby, and the way that boat was rocking, I want you to rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat. Honey, shout out to Aaliyah. The way that boat was rocking, I said, baby, I need some Dramamine. I could not even watch that scene directly. I'm talking about they were going up and down and up and down. I said, baby, y'all gonna fall off here in a minute. She said that his love feels more like an obligation. Brittany, that is not what that man said. Now, I give Will a lot, but he did not say that his love, nothing he said made it seem like he feels like his love is an obligation. Brittany, now I got to stop you, girl, because you can't say that his love isn't real or it's an obligation just because he's not reciting poetry to you. You already know how he is. Even his mom has told you this is how he expresses himself. He is not expressive like that. He's like, you know what? No matter how I answer a question, it's not good enough for you. You don't like the answer if I don't answer it your way. So then she apologizes because, of course, she wants that yes on decision day. She's like, I apologize for discrediting what you said. Like, no, I'm really sorry. I feel bad. Brittany, please get out of your head. Please stop. Just stop. Moving forward. She apologized yet again. He accepted. They kissed because that's what they do. This is going to be a constant tug of war. It really is. Megan and Derek. Child, time to shop for a mommy mobile. Jalen and Josh. They're throwing axes, not texting exes. Brittany and Will. They're playing volleyball. He hates her nails. Belinda and Chad. So they're going to talk. Chad wants to make it work. No, thank you. Okay? No, thank you. She goes to his house. I would not have gone anywhere so that they can talk. She comes in. It's awkward. He pulls out the chair. She sits down. He starts. He says, I understand how you feel about my behavior and I'm very sorry. But did you lie? This is the same thing that went on with Josh when it came to Jalen. Did you lie? Because listen, once you start the lies, y'all, it's really hard to come back from that. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's hard. So then she brings up her dog being in the bed. Chad said the dog barks all day long. She said, no, he doesn't. When you're not there, it barks all day long. Girl, child, please. He's getting frustrated. He's like, what are we going to do? Like, I want to know if you want to make it work. She's like, well, you want to talk, but you don't want me to talk. He then says, it's because you're arguing. She's not arguing. She's talking just like you are. So she wants to know why, when it's her turn to talk, then she's arguing. Why can't it just be that she's talking just like he's talking? So then he gets upset yet again and says, we're not getting anywhere with this. Yeah, you know what? Because you want to run exactly what's going on. You want to be in charge. It's given very much controlling. She's not allowed to voice her opinions or her concerns without you getting upset. And I see why your other marriages did not work out, Chad. You just cannot operate like that. It's giving liar and manipulator. I don't understand why you think she would believe that a dog that she's been with forever is now barking all day long when that's not usually his MO. Just like you lied about Jalen and Josh. She said, okay, I'm done. I know that's right, honey. I know that's right, Belinda. You better stand up for yourself because Chad is on that BS, honey. So she gets up and leaves with her new hair. Okay, that look old. Belinda, girl, I'm coming to Austin, honey. We're going to have a good old time, child. We're going to get you some tape-ins, baby. That hair going to be blowing in the wind. Do you hear me? When they see you, you're going to be a brand new you. But let's get through decision day first. So then he looks in the camera. He says he wants to stay married, but he wants someone he can have a real conversation with. No, sir, you want a yes man. Or I'm sorry, a yes woman. Rhonda and Pat. So it's their last night. So she tells us that last night her mom's husband passed away. They were married for 40 years, and coincidentally, their anniversary is the same date as Patrick and Rhonda's anniversary. So Rhonda, I just want to say this to you. My condolences to you and your family. Jalen and Josh. So they're out to dinner, and Jalen brings up Burning Man. Oh, I'm so sick of hearing about this child. And how she wants him to be happy, and that if he married someone who wanted to do those things, his life would be so much better, because she doesn't want to feel like she's coming in and changing him. Josh is another one that wants to get a yes on decision day. He's like, no. It's not even like that. She thinks maybe that they can compromise. Like he goes 1 year and then they travel the next year. He said, well, without you there, like, I don't even see myself going. Like, that's just honest. I just really don't. She's like, okay. Jayla, girl, I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not buying that. Josh is blowing smoke up your butt, girl. He just wants a yes on decision day, child. Just go and stand out there in the desert for a few minutes. Honey, they can't hold you hostage. Call 911 if they won't let you get out that desert. Girl, I don't know what to tell you. Me personally, I don't want to do nothing with burning included, honey. Okay? Ever. So, but that's just me. But it don't seem like he gonna let it go. And I'm not sure that she'll say yes on decision day. 2 days until decision day. Belinda and Chad. So they're trying to talk yet again. And they're at the shared apartment. It's awkward. Dr. Pia, this time she arrives in person to speak with them. Now, I see everybody has on their matching pink. And Belinda starts filling Dr. Pia in. She says she feels like Chad only wants conversation the way that he wants conversation. So Dr. Pia makes an excuse because that's what she likes to do. She's like, well, he's out of his element. So then she told him, Chad, I feel like you're not being heard. Go ahead and express yourself. He said, I just want someone who understands me. Now, I was looking at Chad and he did seem a bit teary-eyed. I'm not sure what was choking him up. But he seems to be super uncomfortable in front of the cameras. And I am not sure if he's trying to stifle certain behaviors or what. But he is really uncomfortable in front of that camera. So she says She understands that, but she feels like she's walking on eggshells and she fears him getting upset. She said her ex-husband would yell and scream all the time, and she said it all went downhill from there. And I feel like Chad is set in his ways, and if he's, dysregulating your emotions, then it's a no. Like, if your emotions are off kilter, girl, no. If he's messing with your central nervous system, the answer is no. She's crying and saying that she needs to stay in her peaceful place because she's worked so hard to get there. And let me tell you something. When your nervous system is constantly in flight or fight mode, when you finally get that peace, you do not want to disturb it. So then Dr. Pia says, what you're explaining is trauma and anxiety. And even though he isn't as emotionally damaging to you as your prior experience and how they have been, it's like if a duck quacks and you hear it, you're like, uh-oh, not that duck again. No, ma'am. Dr. Pia, what do you even be listening to? If she's walking on eggshells for fear of his responses and his blow-ups, it is indeed emotionally damaging to her. That was very dismissive. For you to say, even though it's not as emotionally damaging as your prior experience, how do you know that? If he's triggering her to the point that she is having flashbacks, she is not emotionally safe with him. Now, I can understand not wanting to be a part of conflict. I understand people that avoid conflict. I get it. Some people are just not fighters. But the woman is telling you she feels like she's walking on eggshells. And then you turn right around and say, oh, that's just your trauma and anxiety. And then she tells her, because baby, this is the cherry on top. But you know how they say you can't live in a bubble? She's like, both of you are doing the same thing, but he's not your past. He shouldn't be her future either. How about that? Moving forward. She said, do you want to be alone and single? Okay, get this woman off my screen. Get this woman off my screen. Child, I say it every season, and I really think this is going to be my last one. And y'all know I don't be playing when I say it's going to be my last one. Child, get this woman off of, what is wrong with being single? I do not understand the negative stigma about being single. Just because you're by yourself or you're alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. Some people have found community, shout out to Jalen and Josh, outside of relationships. They're super fulfilled. I think people have been so conditioned to believe that unless you are attached to another human being, you cannot possibly be 100% fulfilled and happy. And that's just not true. And she's not living in a bubble. She's working through anxiety and trauma that was attached to a relationship that didn't mean her any good. You can't live in a bubble. She's not trying to live in a bubble. Otherwise, she would not have taken this opportunity to get married to this stranger who is messing up her nervous system. Girl, please. These two people are not a match. It's very dangerous for you to force people to work that don't work at the risk of re-traumatizing this lady. And saying that you don't want to be alone and single. What a weird thing to say. You may as well have said, y'all getting old, so you might as well stay together. Because that's exactly what you meant. Megan and Derek. Oh, child, they done ran me hot. So they're trying to find a space for Derek, and I guess they're nesting. Have they even been to their first doctor's appointment yet? What is happening? But Derek, I see you. Okay, you're going to be a great daddy. Just out there cutting down trees and poking holes in walls. I know that's right. And you already dealing with a child. You got Megan, so. One down, two to go. Moving forward. So they sit down to eat, and he brings up decision day. Now, he thinks that they have to say yes because their situation is a little bit different. And she's like, yeah, no, honey, one baby don't stop no show. Co-parenting it is. We do not have to say yes because I'm pregnant. And I can kind of understand her because you don't want to feel like he's saying yes to you just because you're pregnant. Do you want to be with me because you want to be with me? Or do you want to be with me because I'm pregnant? One day until decision day. Rhonda and Pat. So it's their last night in the shared apartment before decision day. They need time to reflect, so they're going to be sleeping apart. She's telling him that she wants him to be himself. Girl, you don't mean that. Do you even know anything about him? For 12 episodes, I've only heard about Rhonda. So they're showing all the couples. Everyone is separate for the night before they make the big decision. Brittany and Will. So, they're being them. It's just a long sigh, y'all. Just a long sigh. They're talking about sleeping apart and how she'll miss him. And of course, she's saying all the things because she pours into him constantly. And she even said herself that he's not big on receiving compliments, but she continues to do it. She tells him no matter what, she loves him. He said, what kind of love? So, they're kind of joking or whatever. These two really know how to turn a moment into foolishness. Okay, they really do. It's decision day, y'all. It is decision day. Brittany and Will. So Brittany is singing all of Will's praises in her mini confessional cam and saying how, throughout the weeks, they've really gotten to know each other and they're in a better place. And she's so excited. So we know that she's going to say yes. Meanwhile, Will is saying that he's been ignoring his feelings over the past few weeks, so he doesn't want to hurt her feelings. So you've been leading her on these past few weeks? Will, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. See, I already knew it, and then y'all kind of got me on board a little bit on episode 11. Now here we are on episode 12. You talking about you've been hiding your feelings and ignoring your feelings. What are you talking about? He said, I was just thinking about this relationship, and after putting it all together, I called and told Brittany I'm saying no. Y'all, my mouth was wide open. You are saying what? You couldn't even grant her the common decency to tell her to her damn face? Why do you think it's okay to call and throw her off kilter? Why would you do that? Why do you think, baby, that's worse than a Dear John letter. Don't text me a breakup. Don't call me a breakup. Tell me to my face. That is so cowardly. Baby, that's giving trash can. I don't care what y'all got to say, honey, because I know y'all going to be like, no, because Brittany, still, each and every season, Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, Black Women. Let's let these dating shows go, honey. Sit these out. Okay, sit them out. Ready to Love is about your best bet. Okay, and even then, that's a fool. I would just sit it out. Now, she's trying not to lose it. The makeup artist is there. She's like, I'm not going to lose it. I'm not. She's like, what's going on? So Will has called her. She tells the makeup artist, he called and said he was going to tell me no. Meanwhile, a camera is all in her dang on face while she's trying to process that she basically just got dumped over the phone. So then he says, I love her, but I can't be in a relationship where my feelings don't matter. Who said your feelings didn't matter? I knew he was going to do this. I knew he was going to pull this stunt. I knew he never liked her. And I'm glad that I stuck to my guns. Yes, Brittany has her faults, but she was actively trying. If you didn't want to, you could have cut her loose a long time ago. And like I told them on Patreon when we watched together, Will has this way of pretending in front of the experts. He doesn't give Brittany the same level of attentiveness as he does when the experts are around. The intense eye contact, the pulling her closer, making her feel like everything is going to be okay. That's a mess. Now, I know it would be hard for him too, just to be fair, having to reassure her 24 hours a day, because I can even see after decision day, Brittany saying, you said yes, but was it like a real yes or was it like a yeah? Well, Brittany, you were there. I know, but I kind of felt like it was a yeah. But okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to eat some chicken fingers and honey mustard. I'm so sorry. Like, Brittany, you're going to have to get yourself together. Okay, but the way that you did that, Will, you done tell your drives with me. You done pissed me all the way off. And y'all going to have enough nerve to end this on a cliffhanger? She has somehow convinced herself that what he's saying to her is a joke. She said, I just don't believe it. And that part of me wants to fight. I hope you mean fight for your freedom and not fight for this man. He doesn't want it, Brittany. This is not a hoax. Okay, he's not playing a prank like, Megan and Derek did at the retreat. It's not for play. Now, he did play all damn season, but he doesn't want to be with you, honey. He don't give a damn. Walk away with your head held high and open up your DMs. Okay, close your legs and open up your DMs. And that was the end of the episode. Let me tell you something. Like I said, they could have extended this episode. Now, my predictions are Brittany and Will, no. Jalen and Josh, no. Although Josh will try to convince Jalen. Belinda and Chad, no. Megan and Derek, yes. B-A-B-Y, they will say yes. Throw the whole cast away and the accelerated season, okay? Rhonda and Pat, please, God, no. Please, 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 for the love of everything good. Please, no. Child, we're going to see what happens next week. Y'all comment down below. Tell me if you watched episodes 11 and 12. Comment down below and I'm going to comment back. And we might need to have a live because we need to discuss some of these things. I think we'll have a live when they play that reunion. We will have a live then, but I'll see you in the comment section. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.